want to move to IoT and everything else, cybersecurity is to become very critical. So I agree with you, and I think that's a good.
You need an owner. You need a home.
Yeah, you're right.
Even if it doesn't start there.
And I like that you said that you split. It's not the old taxonomy of industry that you based on, but you create a new lens of seeing industries based on
Through the lens of the customer.
the customer. Yeah. It's not about who I sell to, but about what they experience, what's the future of their life. So ini masukan bagus buat para amoeba, dan ini buat personally, I'm one of the toughest taxonomists in Pak Arif division, but you need to stick on this area. This is new insight, and ini buat yang nanya teman amoeba, bagus nih bahwa menurut Lynn kita bisa melihat dari lensa lain. Jadi bukan industri mining, perbankan, manufacturing, tapi kita melihat dari target customers kita siapa. Kalau tadi bagaimana masa depan rumah mereka, the home, the future home, bagaimana masa depan dia bergerak dari satu tempat ke tempat lain, itu new definition of industry. Thank you, Lynn, for that insight. Interesting. And the second question from the amoebas is that how you manage synergies inside your organization to start this fire mark, basically. Do you feel it hard?
That's another complicated question. The quick answer is yes. You need really strong executive support. Kind of the two key insights. So one is you need to create space for people to be successful and to feel empowered. And at the same time, you have to have executives that back you, that will go in and support you the whole way. And our role is to make sure that upwards we get support and downwards there is freedom.
Enak Pak, kalau sama kerjaannya tuh ngobrolnya enak. Jadi kalau aku sih dengan jawaban itu, izin teman-teman kita applause buat terutama ya Pak Arif, Pak Dharma, Pak Dwi dan semua, supaya duit kalau nggak ada, saya setuju sama Lynn. Jadi ini pekerjaan rumit buat kami. We are in the same field, right? How to make sure that we have good support. Otherwise, no. Yeah.
So, gents, well done. Very well done.
So, yeah, again, the credit should be on the leaders, because without ring fencing of our craziness.
Yeah. So Firemark was set up by the CEO of IAG, and special board approval was given for capital injection for our funding, and we have a separate legal entity that I'm a director of. That's how support at that level translates into the right setup to create the freedom for innovators to innovate.
Yeah, totally agree. Enak Pak, Pak Dharma. Satu peer soalnya. Okay, I move to another topic, right? There's questions about products, because even though it's a business operation, innovator, still it's a product, right? So, I have two questions from the amoebas. Is that how do you actually manage early product development, which most likely will sustain to the next step?
You don't do easy questions, do you?
Really tough questions here.
I was hoping for a few easy ones, like what was your favorite project? Okay, so we have a couple of levels of gateways. I think Matt will actually touch on this a lot. And Matt's actually a very good person to ask this question for, because I got most of my training through these guys. So I have a couple of principles that we apply. The first principle is that anyone can be the custodian of an idea, which turns them into the custodian of the product and eventually the business. That is a responsibility and not a right. and you will stay custodian of that role for as long as you are the right person to be leading it. Number one. That comes with freedom and responsibility. Number two is there needs to be clear purpose alignment. So it needs to be anchored in creating a safer world for customers and communities, because that is the ultimate purpose that we are working towards. Everything else from there is dependent on the idea around how it aligns to the strategic priority and what we've learned through the process of validating the business model. We test customer, problem, solution, market fit, then scalability. As part of scalability, we also look at whether we should be building in-house or with partners. At any point in that journey, the idea can fail. Most do. But what happens then is and this is a really important thing, is we package up all of those learnings. So, for example, we launched a business that was targeting millennials about 6 months ago. That got all the way through into attempting to scale. It wasn't getting market traction. We'd missed something. So we closed down the business. We packaged up the new capabilities, assets, and experiment learnings that have been built out of that project and business. This week we have a very similar event at IAG in Australia.
Next you need to invite us, yeah?
Yes, I was going to say you should join. And so we have a chief customer officer. She reports into the CEO. She's my boss. She was asked on stage what was the most significant project or initiative that we've done this year, which is the one that you were most proud of. And that was the one that she mentioned, to everyone's surprise. And it's because the question you asked was, how do you decide what to prioritize? And the answer is never losing track of what you've learned along the way, because that is where the real value is created. And those insights continually get brought back in and are used to influence, inform, and strengthen the next wave of what's coming through.
Okay.
Good luck.
Okay. Buat tadi yang Abu Bay bertanya, I hope I'm not mistaken, but basically harus ada yang bertanggung jawab. You need to have custodian and sometimes blur, right? The custodians. Jadi harus ada dari teman-teman Abu ini ada jelas siapa yang tanggung jawab. Terus kemudian tujuannya harus jelas. Yeah, I saw a lot of Amubas. The team, they're good friends, but they're not aligned in purpose. The one wants to go right, the other one wants to go left, and they cannot manage the progress. And interestingly, I agree with Lynn that it's not the sustainability that to be focused on, but the learning. Jadi teman-teman Amuba, fail is okay. Jadi bukan sustainability, tapi whatever you do, maintain the learnings. Keep the learning. Apapun dipelajari, siapa tahu berguna di produk ketiga. Maybe the third product that will use the learning from the failures of the first and the second product. So, jadi yang nanya nih, Amuba yang nanya, the one that questions, it's not about sustainability, it's about learning. Just start doing it, learn, and keep your learnings in a good way. Okay, this is a bit simpler, I hope. Before you bring your products, I mean early stage of products, to customers, what is a critical part that you need to prepare before you face the customers?
Before we face customers, we've always spoken to potential customers to understand their problem. So before we put any solution or any version of a solution out to market as a prototype or as a kind of the shell of what a business could be, we always do discovery with customers and with experts in the field. Because a lot of people have started to undervalue the importance of expertise, but actually when you bring those two perspectives together, I think you get much richer solution constructs or ideas around how to proceed.
Oke, jawabannya itu. Mau sebelum bawa inovasinya ke customer, apa menurut Lynn adalah satu, understand, pahami. Jangan, don't like knock knock knock, I have this, would you want to try? So understand first, do a desk study, everything else, and the most critical one, talk to expert. Bicara sama expert. This is a new insight. I will provide expert for the amoeba to ask before they go to the market. Currently, I'm just signing the letters for them to go to the customers. Jadi teman-teman amoeba, tipsnya itu dari Lynn. Pertama, jangan buru-buru, don't rush. Jadi kita udah siap punya inovasi atau produk yang siap dibawa ke market, jangan buru-buru. Pilih dulu, pelajari siapa yang mau dihadapi, orangnya, konteksnya seperti apa, maunya seperti apa. Setelah itu siapkan bicara dengan expertnya dulu. Benar gak sih yang saya pikirkan orang ini akan berbicara seperti ini, si customer. So 2 points, insight yang bagus bahwa satu, jangan buru-buru, pelajari dulu, understand. Kemudian talk to expert. Ya ini yang sering dilupakan. Lynn bilang beberapa seringkali inovator melupakan untuk bicara sama expertnya. Okay, last questions from here. Then we move to the floor. Is that about dream? So last one we talk about product. This is about the dream. So it's interesting question. How can you measure that your dream is coming true?
How do I measure?
Yeah, how do we measure? How you see the other, whether it's in-house innovators or startups, how they measure that their dreams is becoming true? I think this is from the others that hit very huge wall of that dream.
That's a really good question. Okay, so how do we measure if the dream is coming true? The first and most important measure is learning. So for this, it's the quality of your experiment design, the scientific nature in which you actually understand how to construct an experiment so that your learnings are valid and useful, and then the deployment of those learnings into either that product or future products or services that you're launching to market. So as a product lead and as a manager of a team of entrepreneurs, my key metric for them is the quality, cadence and usefulness of their learning as defined by the number of experiments that they've run, the number of times that they have enacted changes or created something out of those learnings. Then at an executive level, we look at both those learning cadences, and we are learning ourselves how to properly quantify that. The other thing that we then hold ourselves to is we have 3 measures. We have NPS, so the Net Promoter Score of customers. We have ENPS, so the Employee Net Promoter Score, and we have revenue targets. Well, not always revenue, it can be benefits. But broadly speaking, we need to see anything that's going to market. It needs an NPS of 8+ average, that's the stage gate. For anything that is in market and starting to scale, we need to see what we call white space between the NPS for our product and our competitors, because that is the gap of differentiation, and that is what a lot of the corporate strategy is hinged on. For ENPS, that's the measure that we introduced this year. So that is the employees' advocacy of their company, IAG. And the reason that we brought that in as a measure is because of the acknowledgement that our people and our culture is critical to our success. and we didn't have a way of quantifying that. The third piece was about benefits delivered. So when you're going to shareholder reporting, which as a publicly listed company is really important for us, we have the traceability there. So those are the funnels. So we go learning, customer NPS, employee NPS, and total benefits delivered year on year. That's a new system, by the way.
Yes. I think we can join to study whether we can put it in our system also. It's interesting Pak Dharma, ENPS mungkin kita bisa coba tahun ini untuk maybe yeah, that's in our mind. Never thought employee satisfaction is to be critical part.
It's for all the talk around how important the team is, unless it's measured, it's very difficult to drive behavior that reflects that strategic importance.
The following question is there any tools to monitor the measures?
Same person? Well, yeah, there's actually a couple of teams that help out on the monitoring and tracking perspective, because we're still a corporate, so it still comes in through different reporting lines. So the HR